When I'm making my prayers every day, I often find offense in the reading. What I don't like about modern religions is when they normalize slavery or indentured servitude. Basically, this is Rig Veda, Hinduism. India is traditionally a Buddhist area of the world, not Hindu. This is after the British Empire. The British Empire defined this in this book. And it says here, because remember, if you're a devotee, you have to serve your master or your lord. And somehow, in the Rig Veda, in the Quran, in the Freemason literature, and in the Bible, there's a differentiation between God and Lord. Now, when I was raised as a Catholic, I was raised that God is Lord. The Lord is God. However, what they're actually getting at is there are people who are in charge, not God, and you have to report and give to them and be their servants. And so this section here, as I read it, is telling women, whatever your task in life is, do it. And if you have to be a milkmaid or a nursemaid for other people's children, then give them the nourishment that you can give them and be happy about it and call yourself a queen or a goddess. That's wrong. They're basically reinforcing indentured servitude and having women to either breed or milk the children that are owned by other people. And with science having stolen all of the frozen sperm and eggs, well, they used money to buy it, but they bought it from young, stupid people mostly. Then they take those eggs and those sperm, they put them together and fertilize them. It's called a zygote in American medical terms or scientific terms, a zygote. They buy a woman to rent her womb, her physical body. They put the egg in the woman's body, and then a little over 9 months later, whoever owns the egg and the sperm now owns a baby, and the woman is paid for carrying the baby. Then they have other women who are paid to give the baby's milk. Meantime, these women are used as livestock. They sing their song like women active in their tasks, along their common path hither from far away, bringing refreshment to the liberal devotee, yea, all things to the worshipper who pours the juice. She, like a dancer, puts her broidered garments on. As a cow yields her udder, so she bears her breast, creating light for all the world of life. Remember, in Freemasonry, you want to give more light and get more light. Creating light for all the world of life. The dawn hath laid the darkness open as the cows their stall. We have beheld the brightness of her shining. It spreads and drives away the darksome monster. Like tints that deck the post as sacrifices, heaven's daughter hath attained her wondrous splendor. We have overpassed the limit of this darkness. Dawn breaking forth again brings clear perception. She, like a flatterer, smiles in light for glory, and fair of face hath wakened to rejoice us. The Gautamas have praised heaven's radiant daughter, the leader of the charm of pleasant voices. Dawn, thou conferrest on us strength with offspring and men, conspicuous with kine and horses. The Gautamas are the leaders. They're supposed to be the top. You're supposed to give them men like swine and cattle. They'll have men and offspring. O thou who shinest forth in wondrous glory, urged onward by thy strength, auspicious lady. Dawn, may I gain that wealth, renowned and ample, in brave sons, troops of slaves, far famed for horses. Their slaves, their horses, their kine, their slaves, offspring, men. Blending her looks on all the world, blending her looks, breeding them into the world. The goddess shines widely, spreading with her bright eye westward. Westward means looking to the future. The sun rises in the east, goes down in the west. They're basically saying, come out of your darkness. The sun will shine again. You'll be okay. When it's done, you can go to the west. And at the end of the day, which is the end of your life, you'll go to heaven. Everything will be okay with God. Waking the motion, every living creature, she understands the voice of each adorer. That means these women are trained to be alert in public, notice when people like them, and then key in like a dancer. She can give up her udders or whatever else. Dancer, stripper, you get it? Ancient of days, again, born newly, decking her beauty with the self-same raiment. The goddess wastes away the life of mortals, like a skilled hunter cutting birds in pieces. She hath appeared discovering heaven's borders. To the far distance she drives off her sister. Diminishing the days of human creatures, the lady shines with all her lover's splendor. Never transgressing the divine commandments, she is beheld visible with the sunbeams, wherewith we may support children and children's sons. They're not enriched with holy rites. Yoke to thy car thy people's steeds, thy purple steeds. Bring them thou unto all felicities. That means be a stank hoe. Bring them to all the felicities. It means give up the pussy for all the steeds. So there's good and bad in all the Western dialogue. See, what they did is they took all these books and made them into books. You had to used to go to talk to a teacher. Then they created books. And then they said the books never change. However, when you read the Bible in Spanish, a lot of different names. If there's one Jesus, then there's one of each person. There's not different names for each society. And when you look, they also make it specific to the cultures they're taking over. The colonists, the conquistadors, the Angles, Saxon and Jutes, the Anglicans, the Jutes, the Jews, the Saxons, the musicians, the Angles, those L's, love, light, learning, the confusion, the Hebraic key. Then you get into all these things. Then they're talking about the descendants. Ahimelech, a descendant of Ithamar. David separated them into divisions for their appointed order of ministering. A larger number of leaders were found among Eleazar's descendants than among Ithamar's. That's the Bible. Ahimelech, when you go to Fredericksburg, Virginia, if you ever do, I'm almost 100 million% sure Ahimelech was the leader of the people in the Rappahannock region at the fall line of the Rappahannock River. And that's where John Smith was first welcomed by the chief or king Ahimelech to the United States. And they were like, we'll help you get some food. There's a plaque in Fredericksburg, Virginia that states the name, Ahimelech. Yet in here, they're saying the division was between Eleazar's and Ithamar, or Ahimelech's sons. Basically saying that Eleazar was the leading man with all the leaders. Ahimelech, not so much. Again, probably in the other language is different. I'm not going to get into that, but like, this is the stuff that troubles me and bothers me. And the Bible, the Quran freely state normalization of slavery. They freely state it. They normalize it in here. They tell slaves to obey their masters. It's almost too much to even believe it's true. And they say it's from the times past, but it's actually not. It's actually now. And it's very, very troublesome when you read it properly. If you watch a movie or something, or you let someone else tell you, you're not really connecting with spiritual powers or higher powers or with God or with heaven. You're connecting with human beings who tell you what to do. If you have a spiritual leader or elder who tells you not to read other books, only one book, and don't read it in other languages, just read it in your language, they're lying to you. They're controlling you and they're manipulating you. I'm going to eat my food now.